All right, guys, how we doing? We're going to talk about shingles. So let's back up a little bit. Last weekend, I went to visit my best friend of 45 years in Maryland. And that's about a 4-hour and some change drive from Jersey. So I was embarking out on like a Friday, coming back on a Sunday, and super excited. I have been best friends with this person since we were like 4 or 5. 45 long years. Holy crap, 45 long years. So went to Maryland, went to go see her, but found out the day before that she had contracted shingles. So she just wanted to give me a heads up, and I did some research and found out that she would not be contagious for 10 days, more or less. So I was safe to go there for the weekend. So I went for the weekend. The drive was, you know how the drive is. When you're driving somewhere, it's always a good time to go. You always feel good driving. I had my 80s music blasting, some snacks in the front seat, and I got moving in the morning and did some great time. Got there and things were good the first day. She was a little uncomfortable. It was like a little bit itchy. It's, like I said, not contagious. I wasn't freaking out, and the weekends are kind of filled now as we enter fall and winter with football and everything else going on, that I didn't want to cancel. So I went for it. Anyway, so she got shingles. Let's back up a little bit. So shingles is the reactivation of the varicella zoster virus, which is the same virus that attacked us children, us 80s kids, when we were little, called the chickenpox. And I remember having, like, very vaguely having the chickenpox. I just remember a lot of itching. That's all I remember, is like itching and red. And then I remember like babysitting for kids that had it. And like, I just remember like what it looked like and how annoying it was and irritating it was and how contagious it was. And it went around the classroom pretty fast. And those are like small things I remember about it. And I also remember hearing that, like, now as I'm approaching 50, that shingles can come back and attack you. And that, we get the shingles virus when we turn 50. So fun fact, my best friend is not turning 50 till November. She was scheduled to get the vaccine and wasn't given the opportunity to even get it, as she contracted it and it came alive or whatever. Didn't know she had it, thought it was like some bug bites on her back. And when I arrived, it had formed like a nice rash in the center of her back, like along her spine, and it was making its way like around her torso, very slowly though. And then I stayed for 3 days, and as I stayed, it really made it around under the armpit and around to the front of her. So shingles, I mean, I gotta tell you, being there and being, her best friend of a million years and not wanting to cancel this, but recognizing the amount of pain that she was in on a daily basis is crazy. I do recognize how painful shingles is now. I respect shingles. I will give it the respect that it demands to get. And I feel bad. I can tell you, she tried a million different things. What did we try? Neosporin, a couple trips to CVS. So arrived on Friday. It was her day 2. She was a little bit itchy, uncomfortable. And then, like, literally as the day went, it got worse and worse and worse. And when I left on Sunday morning, she was like in excruciating pain. She was doing Advil for her pain. And then towards the end, she was given, I believe it was Tylenol with codeine. And that started to kick in, and that helped out. And she was doing that and taking the Advil, and that helped like a little bit, but still excruciating pain. I left her on Sunday morning, and she was thinking about going to the hospital, and I couldn't stay for much longer. And I had to hit the drive back home. So, I mean, what advice do I have to people that have shingles? I think that it's a process that you're going to have to go through. I think that it sucks. I think that you're just going to have to plan on possibly being in pain. There's a couple things that I would love to you know, warn you that do not work. Calamine lotion doesn't do scratch, nothing. What else did we bought? We bought Neosporin that had, like, I think a lidocaine in it. That didn't do much. And I guess basically what really helped was the pain medication that the doctor prescribed to her, the Tylenol with codeine. That helped. And then plenty of sleep. So luckily for her, she's a single parent, and her daughter's father took her for the weekend, so she had some rest and some days to actually sleep. But she couldn't, you know, you can't sleep a lot. It's very itchy. But, you know, a lot of things that I think made it easier for was, and I'm not like tooting my own horn, toot, but when you have somebody else there that can distract you. Let me see, we played a lot of Rummy Cube. We spoke a lot about our past and laughed and, you know, talked a lot about our lives as we crossed paths again. This is my best friend, like I said, for 45 years, but she's not that friend that I have to talk to every single day. You know, every time I go to the bathroom, I don't have to let her know. We don't catch up a lot. Sometimes we go weeks and months without talking, but when we pick up, it's exactly where we left off. Nothing has changed, and this is how we have done life for 45 years. And I think that being there was a big deal for both of us. I think it was important for me to show her that I love her and that I'm there for her no matter what. And I think it was important for her to, you know, relax and let herself be taken care of a little bit, as much as I could. Distractions are awesome, I think, during Shingles. I mean, you're going to sleep, but how much can you possibly sleep? We played a lot of Rummy Cube, which was fun. I had to review the rules because, we're going to have to talk, Mom, because some of the stuff is not the way we've been playing. And we watched Breakfast Club. That was classic. Listen, watch Breakfast Club again. If you're my age and you're turning 50 and you watched Breakfast Club when you were young and you didn't think much of it, watch it again now, because it's like, oh my God, it's kind of crazy. So sidebar, Breakfast Club, crazy. We did have some drinks until the Tylenol with codeine was prescribed. We were, you know, I was having drinks, so I was fine, but she was having some light drinks. We weren't doing shots and stuff, but anything to numb her pain, which was excruciating. But, you know, just keep in mind how painful it is when somebody else is going through that, and keep in mind that whatever you read isn't always true. So, you know, everyone was saying calamine lotion. I was putting calamine lotion like all over her back. We were covering it with gauze. There was a part here that rubbed against the rash here, and the two of them together caused her a lot of pain. So we gauzed. I mean, I was gauzing up my best friend like a mummy, and, you know, sometimes that helped and sometimes it didn't help. So I feel bad for anybody that might contract, I'm saying it weird, shingles, because it was a nightmare for her. Now, you're supposed to get this. It's supposed to be increasingly dangerous, and the risk of getting it is supposed to happen after 50. However, once my friend posted this, more and more people came out that were getting it earlier. So my request or suggestion would be, find out if you can get it early. It's got to be some kind of insurance thing, but she was telling me if she knew this, she would have paid the extra money to get it early. I'm not quite sure how every insurance company works, but I'm going to assume that they don't cover it as much if it's before 50. So sidebar. So come home from spending the weekend as, you know, Florence Nightingale, taking care of my friend, crying with her because I'm a sensitive person, and, you know, there were times where things were sad and times where things were funny. So I had a wonderful weekend with her. I wouldn't take it back. I would remove the shingles, but I wouldn't take away the fact that I was there and able to help her on this weekend. But came back and found out that somebody else in my little circle also got shingles. And this gentleman is 42 years old. And this gentleman didn't even know he had it. Same thing, was just a little itchy. And he got his rash, and he, you know, went about his life and went about his day. I saw him and talked to him on days 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And he was pretty much fine, just said he was a little uncomfortable. But that was pretty much it for him. So he's 42 and he got shingles, and his response was different. And he didn't take anything for the pain or the itching or anything like that. And he, I guess, blistered and is out of that chapter and now moving on to the next for the final stages of shingles. But lesson learned, like, it can be really nasty, these shingles, and it can be doable. It's definitely a matter of, you know, how well you've taken care of yourself, how well you take care of yourself while you have shingles, and how well you can mentally prepare or receive this illness, you know. So I don't know if she could have done anything different to mentally be stronger, because it was really kicking her butt. But I don't know, just heads up, shingles is not to be messed around with. If you can get the vaccine earlier, go for it. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm not a big vaccine girl, those of you that know me. So after watching her be in the excruciating pain that she was, I want to rush out and get the vaccine. And in the same way, I don't want to get it because I'm always very skeptical to things that happen that come along with. So that's a matter of who you are and what you decide to do and what your pain level is and tolerance is and what your own personal beliefs are with vaccines. But shingles is no joke. I will not take it for granted that I have not received any part of it. I've also heard that getting the vaccine, the side effects of getting the shingles vaccine are also painful and not fun. So anyway, shingles is a big deal, and I'm definitely going to discuss it with my doctor when I approach my 50-year-old checkup. So many fun things are coming, right? 50, your colonoscopy, so fun. And now maybe this shingles vaccine, or the possibility of getting the shingles. Put that on top of the fact that, like, you know, you got your reading glasses going on. Lately, my arm's hurting. I think I might have some kind of thing that might be a result from bowling or playing cornhole. I don't know. Just another fun factor of getting old. Welcome to 50s. This is awesome. Aging with pizzazz, or with shingles, or with what this called tendonitis or tennis elbow, or visual impairment. Then there's the people that can't hear, or the people that pee their pants. Like I said, it's getting good. This is getting good. This getting old shit is getting good. So anyway, that's my take on shingles. Buy plenty of gauze. Get your Tylenol with codeine. Don't wait for day 2. Get it right away. And, you know, I don't know, get a second opinion sometimes, because her original doctor was like, maybe you have poison ivy. And no way. So anyway, I want to say do some research, but everybody told her to use calamine and to do anything. Just try different things and be prepared for positive and negative results. And look out for it. Shingles is coming our way. Just look out for it. Be smart. Good luck.